The Economist was established in 1843, offering analysis and opinion on politics and literature. It is available in 6 countries, with the content staying the same but the advertisements changing. In 1988, The Economist introduced a campaign called The White Out of Red, which was introduced as a way to invest in the brand of The Economist and to encourage people to read it by creating a brand that people would want to be associated with. Posters were used with messages of current affairs, using wit and humour to embrace the successful images that the brand wishes to portray. The Economist put these posters in outdoor spaces such as billboards and at train stations and airports on major commuter routes to create exposure and push the frequency for these commuters. This form of outdoor advertising has remained an effective way of advertising for The Economist, even up to 2016 with the Donald Trump billboard, which looked like encouragement not to vote for Donald Trump. In the UK, outdoor advertising such as this has increased by 3% in 2015, accounting for a quarter of all advertising in the UK market, showing the prominence of this form of advertising still. A standard billboard in London would cost around £542, whereas a TV advert can cost anywhere from £2,000 to £1 million for a 30-second advert. 1996 saw the first TV advert for The Economist, which showed Henry Kissinger, the former US Secretary of State, sitting next to a man on the plane with the words "ready for a good chat" being spoken in the background, and then The Economist logo popping up at the end. This is given the same brand association of The Economist's intellectual image that the posters enforced in 1988.
According to Statista, there is an ever-increasing amount of people who are using the internet each day, and these users are specifically using it for social networking such as Facebook and Snapchat, with the average Snapchat user opening the app 18 times a day. Social media has been a strong link in terms of communication for The Economist, reaching 44 million followers over platforms such as Facebook, Snapchat and Twitter. The increase in popularity for Snapchat is one of the reasons why The Economist developed their communication channel. It is now present on the news section of the app, and it has allowed them to reach more users. As research conducted by Journalist Resource 2013 suggested that 65% of respondents reported that they used the internet to get their news over newspaper. Nick Bell, the Vice President of Snap, claims that 41% of 18 to 34-year-olds have Snapchat, and therefore this shows how The Economist is broadening their target audience in their communication strategies in order to promote itself to new people who don't understand the values of the newspaper. Another reason for the decision to use Snapchat is due to the actions of The Economist's competitor, The Washington Post, who introduced their newspaper to the Snapchat Discovery section in 2015. As a result, increasing online traffic and expanding the newspaper reach, as well as being more profitable. Upon discovering the success other newspapers and magazines were having with Snapchat, The Economist decided to be involved and in 2016 developed a segment for their Snapchat news ad. Launching on Snapchat not only developed the way The Economist communicated, it also developed what they communicated, which is why their news ad on Snapchat involves a range of different news articles, not just ones that are business related.
The Economist's online digital subscription was launched in 1996 to provide users with access to the magazine when they did not have a physical copy with them, and to also increase the convenience for readers who would rather read online. Not only was this environmentally friendly, The Economist saw savings through reduced printing costs. Although The Economist was not the first magazine to come up with this idea, as the Financial Times launched their online subscription a year before in 1995. By launching in 1995, it allowed the Financial Times to gain a competitive advantage over their other competitors such as The Economist. Seeing how popular the internet was becoming, as well as the demand for online readers, The Economist followed suit and wanted to be part of the market, and in 2016 digital subscriptions allowed them to increase the number of subscribers by 27%. Showing that by developing and adapting their communication channel, The Economist were able to expand the circulation of the magazine. Despite the success of The Economist advertising, women are 10% less likely to respond to the adverts and are 50% less likely to buy The Economist. Therefore, we are creating a campaign to engage more women and turn them into consumers. Our brief encouraged us to focus on Olivia, a 30-year-old professional interested in feminism. This is who we will be fitting our campaign towards.
We plan to create an integrated campaign that will create a big reach towards women in their 30s to encourage women to engage in the brand of The Economist. We will be using social media videos and billboards, as well as using search engine optimization to make it much more accessible for women to find The Economist on search engines. The video we will use will be accessible throughout a YouTube video that will be shared to Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. This use of online advertising will be effective as we will use frequency cap, which will limit the number of times the advert will be shown to users, increasing efficiency budgets, maximising campaign reach and reducing user frustration caused by overseeing the advert. We have created this image as a representation of what our video will look like, but when created it will be using real-life characters. Our campaign shows a well-dressed man and a formally dressed woman reading over each other's shoulder, with the woman gaining the knowledge through reading The Economist. This also gives the feeling that she can gain status as well through the representation of the well-dressed people, giving the association of the lifestyle of somebody that reads and owns The Economist. This would appeal to the target audience of young female professionals. The body movement is the same between them, showing the equality between the genders. The female's magazine will be based on the Gossip magazine, whereas the male will be holding an edition of The Economist. The vacant seats next to them indicate the freedom of getting knowledge. According to E in 2015, space describes freedom and richness, therefore it describes the capacity to gain knowledge by reading The Economist. Our video aims to break the stereotype of male and female magazines, and this will be shown in the video through both the male and female swapping magazines. This will be linked with our Twitter campaign through the hashtag #StayCurious. We believe Twitter will be a good media platform to use for our video, as it can be easily integrated with social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter. With regard to using YouTube as a means of promotion in our creative strategy for The Economist, we would plan to use in-stream video advertising and in-video advertising. In-stream video advertising involves letting viewers have the option to watch our video advertisement or have the option to skip after 10 seconds of watching. In-video ads would usually appear at the bottom of the video while the video is playing.
Our poster will be clipping from the video, which will be used for print and our billboards, as it can be easily adapted to fit both media types and therefore will cost less to create, as it is kept the same over different media. The picture is used as an encoded message, which is part of the Scrum's basic communication models, using combination of words, pictures, and symbols. In fact, the picture and hashtag are used in the poster, and it's associated with each other. This picture is also taken the resonance strategy, which shares the experiences with target audience through the message. Because the situation is a part of the daily life, the receivers will feel comfortable with the advertising, and the picture shows the benefit of the product too. The image will have the same effect on the receivers as the video, as it also shows the same lifestyle which women will want to associate themselves with, therefore leading to their objective to gain more female consumers, making them feel familiar and comfortable with reading The Economist.
We will use Twitter as a means of showing our video and poster, but we will also use a hashtag to encourage people to share their own Economist views. According to Martin, hashtags are keywords or key phrases which are preceded by a hashtag symbol. The reason why many businesses use them in their online Twitter marketing campaigns is because they aid Twitter users in searching for tweets they might be interested in. When considering a hashtag for The Economist, we need to consider certain factors, such as if the hashtag has already been taken, how long the hashtag will be, as they do not allow for spaces, and how the hashtag will reach people. The hashtag we've decided to use for Twitter is hashtag #StayCurious. The reason why we have chosen this hashtag is because it will target our specific target audience, females, as well as relate to our other campaigns, billboards, Facebook, etc., so that they are uniform. With women ages 18 to 34 being twice as likely to think highly of a brand that empowers women, we feel our hashtag is an empowering one to reach out to this audience. Charlesworth suggests that an organisation's online reputation is worth tracking. This is the main reason why we have decided to create a Twitter hashtag, as Twitter allows for businesses to easily monitor and analyse how successful a campaign is. By having a hashtag, we can also more easily interact and respond to people who have become active within our campaign, as they too could share and promote our campaign, as promotions stimulating positive emotions are more widely shared.
SEO will also be used on our campaign, as one of the first places a person looks to find a product service is Google, which is the current market leader holding 95% of market share on mobile devices. When Googling economic news, the Economist news comes up on the third page, and current news does not bring up the Economist at all. We decided that using SEO will increase the visibility that is needed to reach out to the target audience. Google found that in 2016, women aged 35 to 44 spent 123% longer on the internet than males, and therefore it is important to make the website more accessible for our target audience.
A study by Pew Research Centre also found that women make more specific and long search strings, whereas males use less keywords and search more generally. We have decided that a natural search of SEO is unpaid, and therefore it will allow for a free marketing source that will ensure higher reach, as The Economist will appear more when searching for news websites. For example, words that will be used as meta tags will include economics, world news, empowering women, women's magazine and social news. These are a few meta tags that will be used to describe the content of The Economist and will meet the brief of the words that women associate themselves with, such as social. Although paid-for placement would also work, we decided the free option of SEO gave better reach than the existing meta tags and was a cheaper option alongside our campaign.
We also decided to use PR and sales promotion to reach out to the future Olivias by offering a free copy of The Economist for 12 weeks in September to economics and business university students who wish to sign up through the website. As although the target audience is 30 to 40 years old, it would be appropriate to reach out to the future readers. Women make up 60% of university leavers, and therefore this would be appropriate to target for female readers. A study by Lindsted, 1999, found that 37% of consumers will buy a product once sampled, and therefore this would build future consumers from university age, also helping to combat the fact that 50% of women are less likely to buy The Economist. We will also offer a referral scheme which allows both parties to receive a free month of The Economist if a friend is referred to The Economist, which will have the same effect through the free copy.
Our campaign will be scheduled in a burst combination which concentrates the spend on the campaign on a short period of time, which we have chosen 2 months in May and June. This raises awareness of the brand, aiming at our target audience of women aged 30 to 40, and increases the reach to these people. The integrated burst campaign is used in order to increase the percentage of our target audience being exposed to the campaign at least once in these 2 months. By having a burst marketing campaign, it allows for a hypodermic needle effect to take place on the viewers through the transfer of ideas, feelings and knowledge and/or motivation from one person's mind to another. This would therefore allow us to uniformly and directly influence our target audience by injecting them with the appropriate message and receive a response from our campaign. Our social media, print and outdoor campaign will all take place in the months of May and June. This is to saturate the media sources to ensure a higher reach, but by keeping it in 2 months it will avoid irritation of consumers by repeatedly seeing the advertisements.
According to Nielsen 2017, social media is used most by people aged 35 to 49, who spend almost 7 hours per week on it, with female users spending 25% of their online time on social media. Therefore, social media is appropriate to use to reach out to our target audience. Having a video hashtag and poster allows for integration which will appeal to different audiences in our target market, making a more successful campaign. Despite the rise of social media platforms and online channels such as YouTube, television continues to be the primary form of media used for advertising, and it remains relatively stable in its impact in marketing. Although this has remained stable, we have decided that TV advertisements do not suit the brand of The Economist as well as the target audience, and therefore we will focus on social media for our video. As also previously mentioned, the use of billboards and social media is remarkably cheaper than TV adverts.
Our poster will be used as one of the communication tools in this campaign through outdoor media and posters. The advantage of using poster is high frequency and reach, although it is not too expensive to use and implement. Therefore, the poster seems to be an effective way of advertisement. We have chosen to put our advertisement on billboard in train stations and tube stations, as the advert shows people on the train, which can therefore relate well to the audience. The train advertisement is effective to influence the people who will not be reached by other media. Transport media states that rail billboard advertisement reaches an average 5.5 million adults per month, and rail billboards are about 30% more likely to buy online. Therefore, it seems to be an effective way of advertisement, and it can be associated with the online purchase and online campaign to lead to use the hashtag of this campaign as well.
The billboards will be focused on the London Underground, as it is a highly populated city with a population of around 8.6 million. In addition, most people use Underground in London, and the number of passengers was recorded at 4.7 million passengers a day in November 2014. Therefore, it is a suitable place to spread the campaign easily at lower cost. Having posters in the corridors of the Underground would be effective, as they will be close to the Underground shops which may stock The Economist, and therefore could stimulate immediate purchases. We will wait until September to give out the free copy of The Economist to business management and economics students, as this is the start of the academic year and will be the time students will be reading about their subject to improve their studies. This targets the future Olivias in our campaign. The Refer a Friend promotion will continue over the duration of the campaign, as it will then encourage people to start signing up to receive their copies during the campaign.
Valuation is an important factor in helping us determine which promotion or advertisement will have the biggest impact in our integrated marketing communication plan for The Economist. We would plan to conduct a pre- and post-evaluation for each area within the marketing plan to measure the effects and determine whether the campaign was successful or unsuccessful. Small representative sample groups will be used to test consumer perceptions for our campaign, measuring if our campaign has improved the overall brand image and general awareness of The Economist.
Online quick counters will be used to assess the success of our online advert on YouTube. This will allow us to see the amount of online traffic our YouTube page is receiving on a daily basis. In addition to this, a focus group could be used to help us assess consumers' views on our advert in comparison to other Economist adverts they may have seen online in the past.
We would measure the success of our social media campaigns on Twitter and Facebook by using ongoing analytics. This will allow us to keep up with the general conversation of our advert. This could easily be done through the Twitter campaign with our hashtag #StayCurious strapline. The success of this can be based on how well it can be seen trending on Twitter, with us being able to monitor how often it is being mentioned in conversations about our advert. Additionally, we will be able to see how many likes and retweets our video receives. This will give us a good indication as to how well the public have received our online video.
We believe our campaign is fully integrated in different media sources, and we believe our Birds campaign will be the most effective in gaining more female subscribers. We have ensured that we have kept the flow with previous Economist campaigns, ensuring that we continue to use billboards as this is a classic Economist advertising source. Therefore, we feel that our campaign should be chosen to increase engagement to female readers because we have considered the brand values and the target audience when developing our creative strategy. Thank you.